With about 6 or 7 weeks left in the hurricane season, things will start to wind down. We still have a couple areas we're looking at for possible development. Nadine and Oscar, the next two names on the list. Neither one a certainty with what's out there, though. Both chances with these two areas I'm going to show you pretty low, but it could happen. Water temperatures down in the Caribbean in the mid-80s, and you can see mid-80s around areas just north of Puerto Rico and off to the northeast here. I'm showing you these water temperatures because one of the areas we're keeping an eye to is approaching here from the east. So that's something that we're going to continue to keep a close eye to. You can see things are pretty quiet along the eastern seaboard. We do have an area of low pressure offshore. That's been throwing some moisture back at our area, but this is not a tropical system, and we'll keep an eye to it, but right now the Hurricane Center not too worried about that. The northern part of the Gulf of Mexico, the water temperatures are a little bit cooler. It is closer to 80, the sea surface temperatures in the central Gulf of Mexico. A little bit of convection down there. We'll keep an eye to it, but this area here is the next area that we're still watching closely. This has a 20% chance of development. It's very close right now to Central America. Probably won't develop, but it's regardless whether it develops or not, it will likely produce some more tropical rains over Central America as we get into the weekend. All right, this next area, though, this is the area of investigation, Invest 94L. And you can see with the outlooks here from the National Hurricane Center, I mentioned this one only a 20% chance of development, but this one has a 30%. Now, the 30% chance is actually down. Yesterday, during the morning, the chances of development over the coming week were at 50%. It dropped to 40% late in the day, and now 30% this morning. So that's a trend that's good. A couple days ago, it looked like there was a 60% chance of development. It's just really having a hard time. But remember, those water temperatures I just showed you, still very warm. I still think it's going to encounter some wind shear as we've got a frontal boundary here, and out ahead of it, it looks like it's just going to have a hard time struggling to really get organized. But it could still happen. It's something we're watching. If it does, it will likely track just north of Puerto Rico and maybe towards Hispaniola or Cuba as we get into the early part of the weekend. With that front down to the south, it should keep anything that does develop, if there is anything at all with this, down south of Florida. But again, it's a situation we will just need to keep a close eye to, and we'll do that as we head over the coming days. Winds today here in Norfolk gusting up to about 25 miles per hour. I mentioned that because we still have small craft advisories on the open water of the Chesapeake Bay. You can see winds gusting to 30 knots, and just offshore from Virginia Beach, again, those gusts to 30 knots. So a little bit of chop there. Tides also running higher than normal for the next couple of days. So stay alert. Areas that are really prone to tidal issues could see the water up, and some nuisance or minor tidal flooding potential over the next 48 hours. We'll, of course, keep you updated.